The art of speaking is almost equivalent to the art of listening. My name is Godfrey Bafi. Welcome to TycoonTalk. Today is about effective communication. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, give us thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and let's get going. There are numerous ways to communicate effectively. It's not a one-size-fits-all. It's an art form that we can all learn and improve on. At TycoonTalk, we don't just provide options on financial and personal development. We also show you guys how we've done it, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Reading books improved my ability to connect and communicate with people on a whole different level. The more books you read, the better vocabulary you pick up. This compounds into unique skills that helps you put words together in a poetic and artistic way. You just check out some of your favorite artists. They do this very well. You'll be surprised what you find out. They read a lot. Public speaking is big in this department. There is no doubt that it is one of the scariest, most fearful things that we all have to do. Fear will rob you from making progress. I was terrified when it comes to public speaking. Oh my goodness. Especially middle school, high school, even college. Even to this day, when I'm speaking in public, I'm still nervous. My heart will be racing for presentations. I will start sweating like it's 100 degrees, and me being from Ghana, West Africa, my accent decides to go from 0 to 100. Yo, the second I start speaking, here comes the accent, full speed. And then they're laughing at me, everybody's chuckling, and in my head I'm like, oh my God, they're laughing at me, I'm nervous. Now I forgot what I was presenting, and it just goes downhill, and it just don't go too well. Poor little tink tink. The nervousness is normal, but the more you practice, the more you prepare, the more comfortable you become with it. As I got older, I exposed myself to public speaking, and it definitely got better. It's one of those things that it only gets better with repetition. When you keep doing it, you build confidence, you pick up steam as you're going. Your audience and your loved ones will always let you know the areas where you need improvement in. When you look back on our IGTV on Instagram, you will realize that from where we started to where we're at now is day and night. Major progress, but there's always room for improvement. That's why we encourage as much feedback as possible. It's not just our brand, it's the people's brand. So we're building this together as a community. So definitely go for the uncomfortable situations. Public speaking, highly recommend. 10 out of 10. The delivery is key. Two people can say the same exact words. The difference between effective communication and not effective communication is knowing the nuances of how to deliver the message and the art of it. When to lift your voice, when to be calm, when to just let the message simmer, when to just the quiet moments so the audience or whoever you're speaking to can just sit on it a little bit and just think. How to speak to their heart and their mind, but also knowing when not to be so serious, when to interject with some jokes, some light stuff, so they can just have a nice little breather. You want to make it fun, entertaining, easy to watch, easy to enjoy, and easy to understand the message that you're trying to deliver. If it's a seminar, a class, or even a meeting, you can be speaking for a while. So you want to make sure that it's engaging, it's interactive, it's entertaining. So that way people can just hit the reset button, refocus, and keep going. By doing that, you create a better environment where your audience is comfortable, they're more entertained, they're much more into it, and then your message can be driven home. When you become a good listener, it works on your communication simultaneously, because by listening to how other people communicate, you literally take tips and you take notes. So that's why we like feedback, and we watch other people that do similar stuff to us and other people that speak on different topics that we don't even know nothing about. It's all about growth and progress. Studying body language will also make you a lot more effective. As a speaker, your body language and your energy levels set the tone and dictates how that interaction will go. Making eye contact, in this way, camera contact, I was really bad at this because before I was so nervous that when I was speaking, I would just be looking around and I'm speaking, but I'm looking around and not really connecting with the camera or connecting with the audience / whoever I'm speaking with. I'm good at learning stuff, but when it comes to my facial expressions, I don't know how to hide my facial expressions. So it took me a long time to really work on certain things to be able to have better gestures as with my hands as I speak sometimes. And, just my posture. Before I used to be too proper or one of those. With your help and guidance, we continue to improve. So thank you for that. Also, it's important to pay attention to your audience or your partner's body language. As much as you need to pay attention to yours, theirs is important because it gives you little cues as to how they are doing, as to how the message is going and how the communication session is going. You will notice if they're excited, having fun, sense of unity, being valued, and their time being respected. Are they tired, bored? Do they need a break? That's all a big part of learning how to communicate in a way that your audience or your partner can understand you best. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is a tycoon gem right here. Make sure you're taking notes. Learn to speak in the language of your audience or your partner in your relationships. It will make your job 10 times easier. My language is food. So you bring me food, yo, whatever you tell me after that is a go. I got you. I hear you, man. That's why being a student of life is so important to us at TycoonTalk. At the end of the day, whatever we do and the message is not for us. It's for other people that need it, that is going to help benefit and improve their life. So it's important that we package it and mold it in a way that they can best receive it. We want it to be very convenient for them. They don't have to think too crazy outside the box on anything complicated. As time goes on, you will notice we will use examples that are relatable to different audience and different groups. Let me add that it's also healthy to not agree on everything that you communicate with somebody about. At the end of the day, it's two different people with different backgrounds, different life experiences, and it's different people. So therefore, you're not going to agree on everything. So it's okay to not be in agreement. It's okay to disagree. You just learn from each other. Make your messages relatable. To be relatable is to be human. So you want to make sure you're creating an environment where your audience or whoever you're interacting with feels openly and safe to share and communicate. Use examples and metaphors that complement their thought process while challenging them at the same time. If your audience experiences certain cultures, lifestyle, entertainment, fields, industries, platforms, whatever you want to call it, if they experience that, you want to use examples and metaphors within that so it helps them break down the message better. That is golden rule. That's Tycoon Gems right there. Make sure you get that down. Sharing your shortcomings and vulnerable moments makes you trustworthy and it's easy to talk to you. This taps into our real human senses and our emotions, which helps us build connections. A big part of how we deliver our message is that we are not speaking at you, we're not speaking to you, but we're speaking with you. Make sure to speak the truth in your life experiences. You can speak on subjects you know about, but when you speak about your own personal experiences, people can connect to it better. Once you do that, you become very passionate about it and your delivery is solid. People can feel your energy. Speaking to kids will help you so much when it comes to communication because they make you talk and speak and communicate in funny ways. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot by getting close to the younger ones in the family, and they helped me develop a lot of patience and boil complicated subjects down into simple forms that they can just understand. As adults, we're complicated. We communicate in layers and levels. Kids don't need to do that, so they will challenge you in simplifying how to deliver your message. That's some of the do's when improving your communication skills. Let's go over a few don'ts. Speaking at people. In our family relationships and family dynamic, we tend to speak at each other when there's a disagreement. You're on the same team, so you have to act like it rather than attaching the problems to each other. It takes your emotions and your biased thoughts out of it. That way you two can come together and be able to attack the problem objectively. A big no-no is raising your voice. That's a no-no. That's not the vibe. When you raise your voice, the other person is going to raise their voice. Now you guys are going back and forth. No progress and time wasted. Lastly, speaking down on people. We are all human, so we're not perfect. And anything that's perfect is actually boring. People have feelings, experiences. Some are good, some are bad. Their past experiences in society shaped who they are today. You never know what someone has been through or what somebody's going through. It's love to be kind to one another, knowing that we all start from somewhere. And if somebody was strong enough to come to you and ask for your advice or guidance or help in dealing with something that they're going through, make sure that you're not judging them and you're there to support them and show them love. Belittling others is proof that you're immature and you're just feeding your ego. Last week's video was on how to listen, which from the top of the dome, I would say it was 11 minutes, 16 seconds. This week's video is on how to speak and communicate. I'm predicting that it's going to be between 6 to 9 minutes. Moral of the story is, more listening, less talking. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. As usual, stay safe, chop life, and stay tycoon. Cheat!